Hi, again, I'm Mike Spranger, and it's been a real pleasure over the last number of years to talk to you about environmental stewardship. This year we focused on people, place, and planet. And one of the things I really want to emphasize is we create an awareness and we create understanding and then action. But you need to have effort in all three. You just can't naturally assume that building awareness and understanding will lead toward action. Action means taking responsibility for what we do, ourselves individually, in the community, and as a society. And it takes time. People, you all have an influence on individuals. Places, we've tried to teach you that each place that you live is very important. And it all is connected to the Gulf of Mexico through the watersheds. So even though you've learned about the Gulf of Mexico in its entirety, where you live is an important place. And you can use those important places wherever you live to teach your students about the importance of the Gulf of Mexico. In my long career, I've had many opportunities to be influenced by people in place and change my thinking on the planet. I started working in Wisconsin in a small rural community where I did small programs on letting people understand the importance of wetlands and rivers and that sort of thing, and learn from people in the community. Then I moved on to the Pacific Northwest, where I actually worked on mega issues in the Columbia River, where again we dealt with big allocation issues, dealing with how is that water going to be allocated and the quality of the water. And again, learned about diversity, and I was influenced by places there, in such places as the Columbia River Gorge, where the Columbia River cuts through the Cascade Mountains. It's a magnificent place. Hopefully you'll get there someday. Then I moved on to Seattle, where I became an administrator, but always thought it was important to, again, take some responsibility. So I was able to get grants and develop educational programs to hopefully lead people from awareness to understanding to action. And I remember doing a number of workshops with zoos and aquarium. And one in particular I remember where we did a big seminar for a high school, 1,500 kids, where I organized a seminar, and we had a Catholic priest, we had Aldo Leopold's daughter, Estella, who basically talked about the land ethic, and we talked about that in the presentations I've given, an environmentalist, and also we had two students talk, juniors and seniors. And the one young lady talked about how she wanted to make a career in the science, maybe a veterinarian, and help and work with animals. And then this young man, he was the Hispanic, talked about his father coming home from the fields with this white powder. And basically it was pesticides and herbicides. And he decided he was going to be someone working in the sciences and maybe a community activist to make sure that that wouldn't happen, that we preserve both the planet, the animals, and the people. So those are some things. And one thing in the workshops that I've learned, you are influenced by a lot of people that you may not ever know. You're planting a seed. One workshop we held, this woman came up to me and said, you know, after the workshop, I discovered who my environmental hero was. It was my grandson. Through his eyes, the world opened up to me. And I realized I had to take responsibility for what I'm doing. Not only for me, but for my sons, for his son and grandsons. And that's what it's all about. We as educators have an important task. We help develop the awareness, we help develop the understanding, and we also help guide people to taking responsible action. It just doesn't happen. A lot of people do things out of trying to do good deeds, but it may not be the best for what we might want to do. So through your actions, through your behavior, through your guiding people, we will have a better planet. So I encourage all of you through the rest of your life, as you take that path of life, you become better environmental stewards. You basically take responsibility and you lead by example, but you also work with people, because you never know where you're going to be planting those seeds. So I encourage you, I wish you well, and hopefully our paths will meet again. Thank you.